Hispanic Heritage Month means being proud of where I come from.
This month reminds me of the sacrifices that my parents made for me and my family. And also, as a respect, I get to pass it on to future generations like my son.
Para mí significa celebrando toda la cultura latinoamericana, no solamente la mía de Puerto Rico, pero de todos los países latinos. El poder compartir mi cultura con los demás.
Hola B-Team, Hispanic Heritage Month is right around the corner. Ya casi empezamos a celebrar el mes de la herencia hispana. And thanks in part to our SOMOS Employee Resource Group, we have so much to look forward to. So, let's dive right in. Empecemos. In case you didn't know, Hispanic Heritage Month runs from September 15th through October 15th. And there's plenty to do throughout the month, but here are a few events that you can't afford to miss. On October 2nd, our SVP of Talent and Diversity, Christina Schelling, will be moderating our main event. It's a conversation amongst industry leaders from other top companies. They'll be sharing how they've leveraged their Hispanic culture while removing limiting beliefs throughout their careers. This event will be live in Basking Ridge, but don't worry, there are plenty of watch parties happening at multiple offices across the country. Just check out today's story for specific locations. Plus, of course, you can always tune in virtually. And I hear there's going to be some food at those watch parties. And on October 15th, SOMOS executive sponsor Vandana Venkatesh will lead a virtual panel featuring Latino leaders from around the business. This will be an intimate conversation with leaders sharing personal stories about growing up Latino and the cultural impact of their community on their careers. I personally can't wait to tune in. As I mentioned, there are many more events to look forward to beyond the ones that I just shared. For more details, check out today's story. In addition to those events, we also have plenty of ways to give back to the Hispanic community through volunteering. So keep an eye out for the volunteer newsletter coming to your inbox next week. All right, well, there's clearly a lot to be excited about, and I figured I had to invite the man who's responsible for helping these events come together, my friend and the global lead of our Somos ERG, Joe Nieves. Joe, bienvenido. Gracias por estar aquí.
Hola, Jen. I'm so excited to be here.
I know, we were so excited. Well, Joe, I just got finished telling the V team about some of the cool events that we've got coming up, and I know you had a lot to do with those. So why should folks, Hispanic or not, get involved during this Heritage Month?
Well, Jen, when it comes to being Hispanic, you know as well as I do, we are diverse people.
Yep.
21 countries around the world speak Spanish as their official language, and each one of those countries has a rich history and culture of its own.
Of course.
Whether your history is rooted in one of these nations or not,
Yep.
you can learn about and appreciate them and all they've contributed to our beautiful world, from music, art, dance, and food.
Yes, our food is top notch, and of course, so are the people. And speaking of learning about other cultures and being an ally, which is really important, you and I, Joe, we both know, even though we're both Hispanic, I'm Colombian, you're Puerto Rican, but there are big key differences in the way that we speak Spanish, right?
Absolutely, for sure. There are plenty of words that mean different things in different cultures. Like in PR, we say que lo que, which means sup.
Exactly. I always wondered what my Puerto Rican friends meant when they said that growing up. Eventually, they told me. But I'm so excited that Verizon is launching textspañol to actually help with that process. It's a first of its kind resource of Spanish slang and text speak, which just means the way we communicate when we're texting. And we're launching this initiative because we want to help Latinos of all backgrounds and non-Latinos learn new relevant Spanish phrases to connect with Spanish-speaking coworkers or loved ones in an authentic way, which is so important, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is, and if I may say so myself, the design of the website is really cool.
It really is. We actually partnered with Mexican-American artist Humberto Cruz, who recently designed the cover art for Karol G's Mañana Será Bonito album to design textspañol. You like Karol G?
I really do. You're a big fan. She's played in the house all the time.
She really is. I mean, check out how beautiful and vibrant this web page is. Absolutely beautiful. B-Team, if you want to get in on the fun and submit your own phrases and their meaning, we'll have all the details in today's story. Okay, before we go, I've got to tell you about the coolest contest that I've heard about in quite some time. Joe, you know Latinos, we love our soccer.
We do.
But Latino or not, you have definitely heard Andres Cantor's legendary Gol!
I mean, who hasn't tried to imitate that? Goal!
Oh, that was a good one, Joe. Exactly. But now there's actually a prize involved, Joe. And everybody wants the new Verizon swag. I mean, it's looking gorgeous. So V-Team, all you've got to do is record yourself giving your best goal. There's 3 categories that you can win in. Longest goal. That can be a tough one, so you got to make sure you practice. In a single breath. Best dramatic interpretation. And last but not least, excitement. For all the details, including how long the contest runs for and where you can submit your video, you guessed it, check out today's story. All right, V-Team, we've reached the end of today's show. Joe, thank you so much for being here. This was fun.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Now, for those watching who want to get involved with SOMOS, how can they do that? And, why is it so important to join this ERG, especially this month?
Well, yo no crecí hablando español. I didn't grow up speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
I didn't really start speaking Spanish until my 20s when I met my in-laws.
Yeah.
Even though I grew up around the culture because I wasn't a native speaker, I'd always felt a little out of touch and disconnected.
Yeah.
So around 20 years ago, I fully embraced my culture. I made it a point to keep myself ingrained in the Latino community. I started giving back, and I started learning more about the culture.
Yeah.
When I learned about SOMOS, it felt like a natural progression to be connected to the Latino community in Verizon.
Yeah.
It's one of the best choices I've made since becoming a V-Teamer 8 years ago. And anybody else that's interested can join SOMOS as well on the Verizon SOMOS ERG page or the SOMOS Slack channel, which is hashtag ERG SOMOS Verizon Global.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Joe.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Well, are you ready to join me in the sign-off?
Vamos.
We're going to do a little bit of a twist today, though.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Hasta la próxima.
You're up to speed.